Our skin is an incredibly important organ, not just for our appearance or because it serves as a barrier to the other organ systems of the body, but because it actually reflects the health status of all the other organs and systems in our body, including our brain.
This is Dr. Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist and a professor at Stanford University. Today, he's diving into something we can all relate to, keeping our skin looking youthful. In this video, we'll go over Dr. Huberman's top research-backed tips that can slow down signs of aging without high-end products or treatments. Let's start with the sun. It can be both your skin's best friend and worst enemy. While sunlight is essential for producing vitamin D and keeping you healthy, too much exposure can damage your skin cells, speeding up aging, and even causing long-term harm. So how do you find the right balance? And what role does sunscreen really play in protecting your skin?
It's very clear that excessive sun exposure ages skin more rapidly. Okay, that's just categorically true. It's absolutely true that sunscreen can help, and there are sort of three major forms of sunscreen. This relates to how to protect skin from thinning. One is a physical barrier. Pretty much nobody disputes a physical barrier, a hat, a long sleeve shirt, long pants, etc. However, those don't always cover all the areas of the body that need sun protection, such as the ears, the back of the neck, portions of the face, and so forth. When it comes to sunscreens, sometimes called sunblocks, I think there's general agreement that the sunscreens, and I'll use sunscreen and sunblock interchangeably, that are mineral-based, that is inorganic, meaning that the active ingredients are either zinc oxide or titanium dioxide or some combination of those up to a concentration of 25%, are generally deemed safe by most all dermatologists.
Is your skin starting to feel thinner, less firm, or showing more signs of aging? Don't worry, there are powerful ways to rejuvenate it from the inside out. From collagen to boost elasticity, to red light therapy for cell repair, and retinoids for renewing skin layers, these science-backed tips can help bring your skin back to life. Let's dive into it.
The skin is thinning. Why is it thinning? Well, as we get older, the composition of the proteins in skin, and there are many different proteins, but in particular the collagen and elastins start to either mutate or weaken. There could be less production of these. The skin sometimes loses moisture as well. And the basic solution to this is the following. We know that sun protection will help. We also know, and I covered this in the episode, that there's some evidence, okay? I would say it's moderate evidence. It's not extremely strong. It's not weak, that ingestion of collagen proteins, believe it or not, can improve skin elasticity and the appearance of smoothness and plumpness, as it's subjectively rated in these studies. You might ask yourself, well, how is that? Is it that you ingest collagen? And by the way, people typically do this at dosages of anywhere from, you'll see as low as 5 grams per day, but as high as 30 grams per day of collagen protein. Typically, there's some vitamin C in there as well, which seems to help its absorption or utilization. And they will observe in these studies over time some improved elasticity, appearance of smoothness and plumpness of the skin. So should you ingest collagen protein? Well, the results are, again, statistically significant, but they're not overwhelming in the sense that you're not going to reverse all the thinning and kind of the what appears to be a little kind of local sagging of the skin completely by ingesting collagen, but it can help. Collagen can be ingested through things like bone broth. By the way, collagen is a composition of not just skin, but of tendon and ligaments and things of that sort. Typically, people will get their collagen in powdered form. It's relatively inexpensive. There are a lot of different forms of this, from fish, from animal sources. There are some plant-based sources. It's a little unclear whether or not those are as good. But in any event, 5 to 30 grams, typically 15 to 30 grams in most of the studies, does seem to be moderately effective in improving skin elasticity, plumpness, and appearance of smoothness. Okay, so that's one area. The other area where there's some interesting research is red light exposure. So red light exposure is an interesting one because, of course, in sunlight we have full spectrum light, right? If you ever put a prism out and you get a light beam through it, you get the rainbow, right? It includes red. There are long wavelengths, aka red wavelengths of light. I pause as I say red wavelengths because they're actually long wavelengths of light that appear red. And it has been shown that light panels that are emitting red light or near infrared light, or typically both, can also improve skin appearance if done for about 10 to 15 minutes per day, maybe 5 days per week minimum over the course of a few months. Again, the results in those studies are statistically significant in many of those studies, and I would place them in kind of the moderate result, meaning it's not a striking result, but you could imagine combining red light with the collagen, so you start to get perhaps a synergistic effect, but those studies combining them have not been done. It does seem that one of the best, that is dermatologist-supported ways to improve skin appearance is to ingest a retinoid. Now, these are prescription drugs. The retinoids do require that you work with a qualified dermatologist. They require that you stay out of the sun for some period of time because they can increase sensitivity to the sun, but they will improve collagen composition, and that's from the inside out.
Now let's talk about laser resurfacing to rejuvenate your skin. It's an incredible way to refresh your look and boost collagen. But did you know that your diet plays a huge role in how well your skin heals and maintains its glow after the treatment? What you eat can make or break your results.
Another tool for improving skin appearance, and this is true for the face and for the arms, etc., is the use of laser resurfacing. Now, this is not a cosmetic procedure as much as it is a procedure to remove the very top epidermal layer, the very, very superficial layer of dead keratinocytes and other cells of the skin, as a means to reduce cancer risk. Okay, so he's a derm oncologist. It does have the consequence of making skin look quite a bit younger, so it does work. And like anything in the realm of kind of laser resurfacing and things of that sort, it does require a period of peeling, of staying out of sunlight, because and being really strict about that, because the skin is more sensitive in the immediate days and even week after the laser resurfacing. It was kind of remarkable for me to learn that this laser resurfacing and the retinoids are very well supported by dermatologists as a preventative measure for certain forms, not all forms, but certain forms of skin cancers, and that they can dramatically improve the appearance of skin, that is, to make it look more youthful. Those are the four major ones. And then, of course, eating a diet that's low inflammatory, so limiting fried and highly processed foods, of course, making sure that you're getting enough essential fatty acids in the form of either supplementing or ingesting fatty fish, oils, all of these sorts of things, fruits and vegetables, fiber, all the sorts of things that support healthy skin internally, some directly, some indirectly by virtue of the gut microbiome. So I think that's probably a sufficient answer. I will add one last thing. It's very clear that the appearance of skin is also very supported by hydration and moisture. So applying a regular moisturizer, a high quality moisturizer regularly, pick a non-fragranced moisturizer regularly to the arms, that will help as well.
I know inflammation might sound like just another health buzzword, but it's actually a major factor in aging, chronic disease, and even how you feel day to day. The good news? You have the power to reduce it. From balancing your gut microbiome to getting better sleep and managing stress, small changes can make a huge difference.
Here's the simple takeaway that I believe everyone should follow, not just for sake of healthy appearing skin, but also for sake of every organ and tissue system in your body, which is the data clearly show that ingestion of sufficient amounts of fiber, so prebiotic and probiotic fiber, so fruits, vegetables, sometimes this can also come from grains. Some people will supplement with additional fiber if they feel they need it, as well as ingestion of low sugar fermented foods. Why am I talking about this? In part because we keep coming back to inflammation as a general issue for skin health. And that points us also towards some specific do's and don'ts as it relates to lifestyle. Let's face it, pun intended, if you sleep well, so maybe you need 6 hours, maybe you need 7, maybe you need 8, maybe you need 9, but if you sleep well on a consistent basis, your skin is going to look so much better, so much healthier, more vibrant than if you are not getting enough sleep. If you drink alcohol and you wake up the next morning, you know your skin's going to look puffy. It's not going to look good. Drink plenty of water. This sounds like such basic advice, but proper hydration is key. Get enough water and electrolytes. It absolutely will impact your inflammation levels by reducing them. It absolutely will impact your skin health and appearance in a positive way. So these are just basic things that I'd be remiss if I didn't mention. The other one is smoking and nicotine.
By focusing on simple changes like quality sleep, balanced nutrition, stress management, and safe sun exposure, you're not only improving your skin, but also supporting your overall health. Remember, looking youthful doesn't have to mean following trends or buying the latest skincare products. It's about adopting these easy, proven habits that can make a lasting difference. And if you enjoyed this video, check out another one. Barbara O'Neill shares the secrets to better rest and health, why we sleep.